Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another grammar lesson with Mrs. D. Today we're going to talk about misplaced modifiers, and I want you to think of this as more of a writing unit as opposed to a grammar unit. That's why we teach any grammar at all, right? So that we can put those grammar skills and concepts into our writing and become better writers. So knowing that this is a writing lesson, let's take a look at a few sentences. I saw a red balloon walking down the street. The girl was walking her dog in a pink dress. Brace yourself. Oh, it's the scariest picture of all time. On her way home, Carrie found a gold man's watch. So why do these sentences sound funny? It's because all of them contain what we call a misplaced or a dangling modifier. So let's first define that word modifier. A modifier is a word or a phrase that changes, describes, or gives more information about something. So for example, if I modified the instructions to an assignment, I would change them or tweak them in some way. So there's only one rule you have to remember for misplaced and dangling modifiers. Just like relative pronouns, phrases and clauses must go next to the noun they modify. If they do not, we say that they are dangling or misplaced, and it can add a lot of confusion in our sentences. Let's take a look at those sentences from the beginning. I saw a red balloon walking down the street. Well, in this sentence, it sounds like the red balloon is walking down the street, and that's like a science fiction movie or something, I'm not sure. Let's change it. While I was walking down the street, I saw a red balloon. So we added the pronoun I in here just to clear it up. Chances are I was the one walking down the street, not the red balloon. The girl was walking her dog in a pink dress. Well, some people put their dogs in pink dresses. Chances are in this sentence, it's the girl who is wearing the pink dress. In a pink dress is our modifier. Let's simply move it next to girl. The girl in a pink dress was walking her dog. And finally, on her way home, Carrie found a gold man's watch. So we just have one word here that acts as our modifier, the word gold. And what in this sentence is actually gold? It's probably the watch and not the man. So let's move it closer to watch. On her way home, Carrie found a man's gold watch. Now, all of these sentences make much more sense. So here's how we fix them. If a modifier is misplaced, we say the modifying phrase or clause is not next to the word it modifies. So if it's out of place in the sentence. For instance, Ralph piled all the clothes in the hamper that he had worn. While your brain can probably figure out the meaning of this sentence, the way that it's written is that Ralph is wearing the hamper. Chances are Ralph is wearing the clothes, so let's move that modifier that he had worn next to clothes. Ralph piled all the clothes that he had worn in the hamper. Much better, much clearer. A dangling modifier is if the words that the phrase is modifying are not there. Having arrived late for practice, a written excuse is needed. Well, who's arriving late for practice? Who needs a written excuse? The sentence leaves out that noun, right? So we're going to add the word that's being described. Having arrived late for practice, the player needed a written excuse. Much more clear writing. So why do we need to learn this? It clears up ambiguity in your writing, right? Say what you mean and mean what you say. For instance, these last two sentences here, I failed almost every art class I took. I almost failed every art class I took. These two sentences have very different meanings. In the first one, you failed a bunch of classes, right? Not all of them, but almost all of them. Maybe you failed 4 out of 5 of them, right? In the second sentence, you didn't fail any of them. Maybe you got by with straight D's because you almost failed, right? So just that one word where we move it in a sentence can change the meaning of the sentence. So be mindful of these modifiers and make sure that they go right next to the noun they modify. Thanks for watching. Come back for more grammar later. Bye.